President Joe Biden just lost another crucial 2024 supporter. Rap star Cardi B dropped her support for Biden over public service cuts in her hometown of New York City 3 years after supporting the president's 2020 campaign. The rapper, who was raised in the Bronx, raised in an Instagram Live that she was done with Biden, highlighting what she views as a contradiction between the United States' domestic and foreign policies. Here's what she had to say about those budget cuts.
There's a $120 million budget cut in New York that is going to affect schools, public libraries, and the police department. Y'all know I don't give a about the cops, but like it is what it is. There's going to be an $120 million budget cut with schools, with libraries, and the cops, and the police department. And a $5 million budget cut in sanitation. Of a budget cut in sanitation, we're going to be drowning with rats.
2024 presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. responded to the singer's remarks, writing on X, "I hear you, Cardi B. We've got to stop the endless overseas spending and invest in our communities back home. These career politicians in D.C. are captured by corporate interests. That stops with me, hashtag Kennedy24. Friend of the show, Sabrina Salvati, had a spicy reply to RFK Jr. pleading, Cardi B, please do not fall for this man's pandering. He's a Zionist who doesn't care about Palestinian babies being murdered. He supports giving weapons to Israel. This all comes as a new data visualization shows the amount of U.S. taxpayer dollars sent to foreign countries since 2001, with each dot that you see moving across the map representing your precious tax dollars at work. So I started to watch that because I saw the RFK Jr. response to it first, so I didn't know if she had specifically mentioned him. But she didn't specifically. No. I didn't watch the whole thing because she doesn't mention him.
So what you need to understand about
Cardi B was trying to capitalize on this.
He was, and he really missed the mark. Cardi B is no fool. I think that it first came to light that she had a higher than average person's interest in politics during this famous GQ interview back in I don't know, maybe it was a 2016 run era or maybe it was a 2019 run era. I can't remember. But she starts going off about how much she likes FDR. She does this a throwaway line about FDR. And the interviewer's like, wait, what? And she's like, yeah. No, that's my guy. And he's like, why? Or maybe it was a female interviewer. And she goes into detail about how much she loves the Great Society program, social safety net, how important it is for people's grandparents to have the benefit of Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid and all of the stuff, and how her own life has been enriched by these programs. She has a very kind of famous struggle, rags to riches story herself. And it's part of why she chose to endorse Bernie Sanders, saying famously, vote for Daddy Bernie, and then an expletive in a way that went really viral. And during the Bernie 2020 campaign, they did a couple of events together. They sat together at a nail salon, I think, Detroit, and had this conversation, which I think every time she talks politics, it's surprisingly substantive. She very much cares about the struggles of working people, specifically from her experiences as a working class and low-income person growing up in the Bronx. And she has never forgotten, it seems, where she has come from. When Bernie dropped out, it seemed like he facilitated her shifting her endorsement to Biden. And there is an interview of her and Biden where she gives her endorsement that at the time I remember thinking felt like a hostage video. Like she was really being pushed to do this, but her heart wasn't in it the way that her heart was in to Bernie Sanders. So it doesn't surprise me that she would come out now with this critique of Joe Biden. I think her support of him was very
tenuous.
Not Trump, just I hate Trump, so I'm going to support Biden. But at this point, with all that's going on in the world, and without perhaps Bernie pushing her in that direction, she's over it. That also, though, doesn't bode well for RFK Jr., because if her critique here is that too much foreign money, too much domestic money, American money is being spent overseas, RFK Jr.'s commitment to write a blank check to Israel doesn't actually go to that concern.
Right. I mean, although to be frank, a blank check that Bernie really did support.
Oh, absolutely. Bernie, too. They're all, so many of them are guilty.
And in that video, she did mention both Israel and Ukraine. And of course, there are some candidate, not any Democrats, but some candidates in the race who are interested in a different Ukraine policy or not spending more money on Ukraine. What are some Cardi B songs I might know?
So Ben Shapiro's favorite, WAP.
Oh, I do like that one. I thought that was Megan Thee Stallion.
It's both of them.
We were going over the differences between them and
both of
my
them.
inability to. Oh, they're together on that one.
Yeah, that's why it was such a banger.
I am a fan of that song.
Her big I think breakout was Bodak Yellow, like maybe in the 2016 era. I'm not gonna rap.
Okay.
Nobody needs that from me. But you know Cardi B. Cardi B came up. Also, she's a very approachable celebrity because she was first on, was it Love and Hip Hop? One of those like reality TV stars, as someone who had an up and coming hip hop career, but was also just like, a lot of women are just, dating producers and also looking to have careers. You don't really have an expectation that any of them are going to be especially successful, even though the hip hop men on the show tend to be actual famous people. But she had this breakout success, which a lot of people didn't expect because she was kind of the funny anti-hero on the show. She got in a lot of fights. She was what you call like the villain on reality TV, but not because she was a bad actor, but because she could just read people really well. She was really sharp, really quick, and really, really funny, and like really kind of open. She'll talk about, walk around with a bonnet on her head and talk about how she's insecure about her crooked teeth, and she just felt very down to earth. So people really rooted for her success when it happened, and I think she's continuing that trend and really just channeling what a lot of regular people are saying fearlessly from a really high podium. It is difficult as a celebrity to speak out like this and be critical of Israel. We've seen what happened. The Hadid sisters got dragged by Israel's official Instagram account a few weeks ago when they put out a very moderate statement saying that they condemn October 7th and also condemn the occupation in Palestine. So, I think it's really brave. And I would like to see if Joe Biden or anybody else tries to reach out to her and what her response is to that. Because she needs a candidate. I think that a lot of people are feeling like Cardi B, but they don't know where to put that energy. They don't maybe know about alternative peace candidates like a Cornel West or a Jill Stein or people like Marianne Williamson or even the Dean Phillip types that are in the race. Because, again, the Democrats won't have a primary.
Yeah. It does speak to the struggles Joe Biden is having, and maybe this time around he won't be able to automatically count on just all celebrities in their kind of reflexive support of Democrats. Doesn't mean they're going to support Republicans, but they might. Maybe Cornel West, maybe Marianne. We'll see.
They should reach out. If I were on their comms teams, I would be furiously trying to figure out how to hop in Cardi B's DMs.
If Cardi B wants to come on the show and discuss who her dream candidate is for 2024, standing invitation, certainly.
Absolutely.
More Rising right after this.